Hi guys, good morning. I'm back with a daily recap, and it's 8:22 in the morning. It is July 9th, and I'm starting a new series where I'm just gonna paper trade and record market data, which I collect based on my trades and my progress based on that. Today I made $642 on my account, so I'm up 25% on my account. And my best trade was on KZIA over here. But when I first started off, there was a stock which was up, I think, around 100%. And that was SOBR, I think. I think my first trade was on SOBR. No, not SOBR. SMTK. It was a lower price. No, not this either. Is it this? It might be this. Yeah, it's SUGP. This was up. It hit a high over here. I actually didn't get a chance to record this while I just woken up taking the trade because it was moving so fast that I just decided to take the trade. Literally, this is a 15-second trade. It went up, and at this point, I was already up 100%. I think. Yeah, more than 100% over here. So I took my first trade on this dip. Normally I won't take a dip trade. However, today I decided this looked good. The setup looked good. I took a dip trade over here and rode it all the way to the top. I can open up my orders actually for this. SUGP, right? Bought it at 0.85 or 85 cents and sold it 90 cents. So I didn't write it all the way up, but to a decent amount up here. I thought it would cap out at the top of the high, so I got out before it reached that high. So that over there, I think yielded me with $200-ish. So it started off amazing with the first trade of the day. Then I took another trade on it with 1,500 shares again at, where was it? I think it was, it might have been here when I saw this happen. And I think that got me to about 250. Let's see. The second trade, 98. Oh no, I actually took a loss on it. Where was that then? It might have been here for the break, and then it rejected here. So that's fine. The next trade I took was on CLDI, which was practically break even. It went up without me, but yeah, I don't know. It didn't work when I tried to get in initially. Here, this is when it started going up about 750. Where did I take my first trade on it? Is it 740? Let me just check what that is. Probably around here for break of the high. It was squeezing. I thought this was a pullback and it would have went up, but it pulled back a little too much and then it squeezed up. And at that point I was focusing on PROK because it was a little higher of a float. Again, most of these trades were more or less break even. I was thinking they would pull away. None of them really pulled away until KZIA, right? PRK, again, another practically break even trade. So at this point I was just grinding up to $300. And even with CLDI, and then with ARTL, it looked good. The daily chart looked good. It looked like there was potential to move to 25, which was a high of the chart, of the daily chart. And I think that's an all-time high of the stock as well. So I was looking for a blue sky setup, and it rejected off of this level, and I lost $1 a share for 75 shares. So yeah, ended up going back to 200. CLDI took another trade on it and lost more money on it. So at this point, I was at 200, and I was thinking of probably going away, right? But it was reaching 8 a.m. I actually don't know what I was at with CLDI. I was just waiting it out. It was 8 a.m. I thought it would squeeze up. However, it rejected. Let me show you. Wait, I have it recorded actually. Okay. Here, I pulled up the video. This is about 7:30, 7:40. This is when I was taking a few trades on CLDI. Then, should be around here where I took my last trade on CLDI. I was thinking a break of the high, and it looked extended in the 5, but since it was reaching 8 a.m., I thought we would see a surge of volume coming in, and we would get that move higher. However, it rejected on me, and at 8 a.m. it just kept going lower. But then I saw KZIA jump up on the scanners on Webull, and that's when I took my first trade on KZIA. Let's just check. Yeah, it seems like the CLDI is still going up. It's at 200% moving, and moving higher. Fair enough. It's a cheaper stock though, so I'm not too keen on it. Yeah, I can. EVOC is also going up right now. Let's see. Let me just get my orders window back here. Let's see. Yeah, I've seen EVOC make big moves before. However, look, like, that's a huge red candle right there. I mean, volume coming in, but I'm not sure about this. See, I'm already at such a high position in my day. I don't really want to leave because I think it's my high of the day, or maybe a little under my high of the day, so I might as well not. Anyways, I saw KZIA pull up instantly. I think 801 or 802. It was almost the instant that the news came out. Right here. Let's pull back a little. So while I saw KZIA, this is what I was thinking. I saw this go up. I was like, it's kind of unreliable, but at the same time, I've seen KZIA make huge moves before. And when it hit 929, it looked like it was moving fast. And I was seeing green on the tape as well. I decided to punch the buy order as well for 150 shares. I think 150 shares. On this huge dip, I saw a dip, and I thought, what's my risk really? If it goes back to maybe the bottom of this red candle, which was probably 7, I'd be down about $300. So I'd be down what I was profit already on the day, or a little under that. So I'd be down $100, which I was okay to risk. So I took the trade down here, and I filled. Let's see. I filled 873. So I was instantly down 20 cents, but that's when we started seeing more volume come in. And instantly, boom, popped up $1 a share. Just kept going. So I held through on it. It looked powerful, looked strong. I held it, and then I started taking shares off. When it hit 1160, I think that's when I started taking out 50 shares each, right? I didn't know if it would reject over here since it had such a high extension. It was almost 100% in 2 candles. So at this point, yeah, you could see 300 and something profit. Took 50 off, and then it squeezed right to 12, and it broke 12. As it broke 12, I took another 50 off, and then it rejected off of that level. 1269, I think, was a high of it until. So that's where I took it off. I didn't know if it would do a full pullback, and I took my full share position off at this point. And yeah, my daily gain about 576, but I took a few trades on it. Oh wait, it actually did go higher. Yeah, fair. But I don't think I took any trades here anymore. I just waited for it to pull back first. It did a weird pattern, which I found pretty interesting. I didn't really like it. Okay, let me just open up Weibo real quick. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about when I say weird pattern. Did this. A bunch of topping tails. All topping tails here. So I didn't take this trade for 13 really well. But you guys can see. I took a trade over here on a dip. On this dip. 1161. I think I got out at nearly 12 or 1170. Yeah, over here I took it off the table. So I made another $100 over here. Actually, no. I couldn't sell over here because I sold on the bid and it still didn't sell me out. But the price went back up, so it ended up filling. But I noticed with this stock, it was moving so fast that my orders just didn't fill on the bid or the ask. It would just jump over. Well, on the ask it filled, but on the bid it wouldn't fill because it just kept jumping over my orders. But at this point, I made another $100 on this, and then I might have taken a few more trades on it. I drew this descending line for resistance, and as it broke 13, I took my trade as well. But I don't think I filled. Here, let's show. So as it broke this level, I took for my trade. I think I was waiting for it to hold. Let's watch. The 1 minute also looked a little sketchy, so I wanted to wait until that resolved a little bit. Yeah, at this point, took my trade as it broke that high on the pivot. This two candles in the middle, that was my pivot in my head. I was thinking once it broke that, I'm gonna buy for a break of the high, and it just didn't fill my order, I think. But over here, I took a trade for a pullback of the first high break of the high. Initially, I rejected a little, and then it broke that level as well, and went to 1350, I think. Yeah, 1370, and I took that off the table again. It was more of a scalp trade rather than a hold the position and keep holding. Just there, took it off the table. And I think it sold. Oh no, it didn't sell again. This was another point where it didn't sell, and then it had to go higher for me to be able to sell. Which, again, it's a paper trading issue. With real trading, I would just have I would have percentage offsets or dollar offsets. And I think that was my last good trade, and then anything after this was kind of like iffy. It just kind of break even trades. It's like 2 trades on ARTL, I think, or 1 trade on ARTL, which was break even trade, and another one on SBET where I made $20, I think. Yeah, this went up to 15, but yeah, I didn't take any more trades after this. I felt it was too extended. It went from 7 to 15. Felt it was a little too extended at this point, and I didn't really think I wanted to get in because a 5 minute didn't even have any pullbacks. So decided to take it off the table. I walked away with 600 something, $642, which is not bad on this small account, right? It's my biggest green day on this account so far, and I actually think we can check how much I made on KZIA today. Just not too sure how. I know how to do it on the phone. Not too sure how to do it on this. Let's see. If I go here and maybe details. No. P&L. Yeah, right here. 477. And this has kind of been the route up. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, that's my day for today. Happy making 600 on a paper account. It's not real, but more practice and honestly something I can create content on. Since I like the market, I like trading, might as well create content on it. However, thank you guys for tuning in. And yeah, I'll be back at it tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, this is my new challenge to just keep paper trading until I make at least 1,000, 2,000 to put in, and I feel comfortable putting that into my account again and trading that. Well, thank you guys. Anyways, have a good day, guys. Bye.